welcome back to another episode of the Standard Drink Podcast with your hosts, Bo and Brendan.
Oh, you did it this time.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted to do it because I like to... Not yet, not now. No. The reason why because I like doing the intros because you have a much better outro than I do. So I think that's going to be the deal from now on. It's going to be I do intros, you do outros.
Yeah, but I don't do the call out to social media shit. But then again, we're both not really on that right now.
Yeah, well, I'm sort of on it.
Yeah, me not so much.
Yeah,
but I'm not good with social
All
media.
right, so the reason why I told you not to open that just yet, it's because
You want to ruin my night.
kind of. Look to your left at the moment and on the ground. What do you see? And show it to the camera while you're at it.
A lovely can of Red Bull.
Yep.
I've got a feeling you've got Jaeger.
Yeah, because just the story from last week, I was like, oh, you know what? Oh, that's right. We can do Jaeger. Don't worry, it's the zero sugar one. Yep. So that's why, and
that's why the big one as well, and the shot glass. I was wondering what they were eating.
Yep. All right, let's get this going.
Oh crap! Now where the hell did you put? Oh, you hid the Jaeger. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hid everything from you.
I didn't notice that. Sneaky bastard.
Exactly, that was the point. All right, that's mine done.
Yeah, just give me the bloody thing.
Oh. Ooh, that sounds good.
I know that's more than a shot. I honestly don't give two shits.
Nah, who cares? You can just drink it. I'm doing a bomb. Or you can do a bomb with me.
Oh, no, I'm just drinking it.
Are you just going to drink it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not one, because if it's a bomb, I need to skull the bastard. I'm not good with fizzy drinks. It's coming.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
So I'll do the bomb as as honor to my story from last week. If you guys haven't watched it, go back to that episode and listen to it.
Mate, I recorded it and I don't even fucking remember.
I remember it. Well, then go back to the episode and watch it. All right. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah, because you and I were doing one of these a night or two of these a night after work, basically, at one point.
We started at one of these a night, but problem is what we had after it as well.
Oh, the free shot, basically, of whiskey.
No, the glass of you take your mixer and you take your whiskey and swap the amounts, and that's what we were doing.
Oh, yeah, so it was basically 3 parts whiskey, 1 part bloody soda or whatever, or Coke or whatever it was.
It's more like 9 parts whiskey, 1 part soda water. We had it literally we were going 4 drinks, emptied a bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're having a lot. Yeah, we were drinking a lot.
Concerning the time, no surprise.
Yeah. Obviously, okay, I think it's time for us to get into a bunch of topics now.
Yeah.
And I think we have to start with the biggest one of them all is what's going up north of the border at the moment.
Yeah, you love giving your sister shit about that.
Oh, I give mainly my sister and my friend up there. So, New South Wales, but more explicitly, Sydney at the moment is going through a massive COVID outbreak at this point.
Tag, you're it.
Pretty much, it's their turn. So yesterday they had 50-something cases. Today was 112.
And people gave Victoria shit.
Okay, well, their numbers are still not as bad as what ours were. Because we were...
No, but we got it under control real quick.
Yeah, so, and one of the main issues that they're having is, that there's so many people still out in the community while infectious.
Yeah, what was the thing that I saw is 50-odd people that were positive, only 17 were isolating.
No, there were 17 that were still in the community. It was the other way around.
No, I'm pretty sure only 17.
Well, because today's ones was 112 and about 35 to 40 people were still in the community while infectious. And because what the main issue is as well, it's because of the current government, which is the Gladys Berejiklian Liberal government, where she hasn't outright said it's a lockdown. It's a stay-at-home order. So it's a much different language already.
Yeah, that's because they're too afraid of saying lockdown because they saw what Victoria did.
Victoria and other states have done with, actual proper lockdown. So they're trying to really be a bit mindful of the word games and also giving a lot of people some liberties and all that kind of stuff.
And that's why I say Sydney sides are soft.
Oh, yeah. But also, what the main issue is as well is, given that the language is different, it was only like a couple of days ago when I told you, when I read a thing on Twitter, how they announced like newer, tougher restrictions that they were having. So obviously there was a few basic ones where there was like, you stay within 10 kilometers of your home and, living areas and all that kind of stuff. So real basic. Ours is 5, theirs is 10. No more than like 1 or 2 people to leave the household at any time to go get essential supplies and all that kind of stuff. And then the third one that I read, which, baffled both of us, was, no more browsing within retail stores.
Yeah, that was, it's like, shouldn't that have been given, from the start?
Yeah, but what the issue is that the stores are still open. All retail is still open at this point, basically.
Yeah, instead of just essential things and that's
So some businesses, like my friend up in Sydney, he works at a pet store, and at the moment he's not at work because they've just closed down the pet store because that's obviously their decision to do so. But a lot of other retail stores are still remaining open. Like there was a lot of people questioning is it really necessary to keep Toys R Us or Toys World or whatever still open?
Nope.
Exactly. So the language is a lot different with it because that state government doesn't want to admit that
they've completely lost control of the situation.
It's not that they've lost control of the situation. It's that they're trying to prove that you don't need a hard lockdown to beat this virus or to contain it or to reduce it and all that kind of stuff.
How's that going for you, Sydney?
Yeah. How is that going for you? What is it? So yesterday was like 50 or 70. Today's 107, and it's doubled. And it's almost doubled, and it's going to go up even more.
No, if the other one was 57,
I think it was 70 yesterday.
Okay,
77 yesterday.
So another extra 40 plus cases today.
Pretty much. So I think so that's what they're trying to do, is trying to show that that they can beat it, contain it without using a hard lockdown. Because if they do use a hard lockdown style like what Victoria has done multiple times, then they just admit that our model is the correct way to contain the virus or an outbreak.
See, here's the one thing that I like. How my old saying used to be is, a person is smart, people are stupid.
I've never actually heard you say that saying before.
Okay, thank you, audience. Bo's just proven me to be
fuck
bit
you,
of a dick.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I've consistently said a person is smart, people are stupid. What I learned when Victoria went through its lockdown last year is that quote is null and void. A person on his own is a fucking idiot because of the amount of shit we went through.
Yeah, we went through a lot of shit.
And all because people just wanted to get out of the house, and get things to fix up and do this and do that. And it's like, mate, what I wouldn't kill for time to just get away from the world.
Yeah. But you still have to give credit to the fact that the majority of the population was, containing themselves and, staying at home and all that kind of stuff. It was a few people.
No, I'd say about 20-30%.
Yeah, but that's still better than what, it's up in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's why gaming culture and all that went through the roof thanks to last year.
Yeah, because Animal Crossing dropped just before.
No, yeah, the Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal dropped at the same time.
And it was just before a lot of countries started going into restrictions and all that kind of stuff.
I will say the cartoon strips and the memes that came out of that was fucking brilliant. I loved it.
Because there was the whole they should do a crossover and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's
and Isabel being Doomslayer. And all
there's one really good animation I've seen that's literally Isabel and with Doomslayer teaching her how to shoot and all that.
Yeah,
and then demons start coming, and he's like, "Rip," and she goes, "And dare."
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like over the next couple of days, you know, as it progresses on, because like if the numbers do get, you know, well out of control, then she has to do it. Like it literally has to be virtually martial law like it was.
$50, some fuckwit's going to come down here and start us off again. We've been through enough. Go to Queensland.
Well, I wouldn't shake your hand because that
You'd lose that bet.
There's a story that just broke today where someone from the Greater Sydney area travelled down to Whittlesea on the 8th of July, then went to Maribyrnong, and then went to South Australia on the 9th, and then they found out that the person had tested positive for COVID.
So not only came to Victoria, but also South Australia.
Yeah, so that's sort of put, you know, our freaking, you know, our control under, you know, issue at the moment.
Oh, where did I hide the shotgun?
We don't have one. We don't have one.
Where did I hide the rope?
Oh, I don't think we even have. Oh,
I'm pretty sure we do.
Oh, maybe somewhere. But yeah, so that's why I wouldn't even take you on that bet, because I would be going, all right, here's $50 for you. You know, here you go. Yeah, here you go, bitch.
Like I said, you don't come down here. We're cold down here. It's fucking freezing. Go up to Queensland.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why he was coming down here, because he was actually a removalist of some kind.
Yeah.
So he was actually here on work. But yeah, so he was apparently tested positive, and now that's sort of like the issue of like, oh no, now he was down in like, you know, Melbourne. Now did he happen to spread it? So it's going to be coming in the next, you know, few days, basically. So they're going to really work on, you know, with testings. They're going to maybe focus on the Whittlesea area and Maribyrnong.
If we go into another lockdown, I am not working.
Oh, neither am I. No, I'm just going to just no.
No, yeah, I'm not. Or at most 2 days, that's it.
Yeah.
24 hours, that's good enough for me.
Well, like the last time with the last lockdown when we worked, they just majorly cut back on our shifts.
Yeah, I still had me doing 5, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So that's still like 60, 72 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sydney, you're pretty much fucked at this point unless your government decides to
unless they decide to pull on the big boy boots and do what needs to be fucking done.
Yeah, because I know a hard lockdown is a pain in the ass, but
we've been through it on more than one occasion,
like 3 or 4 times at this point. So we're kind of like, you know, we've been
seasoned pro.
Well, it's had a Pavlovian effect on us. You know, we're
used to the shit.
Exactly. So as soon as you know, it's announced, it's like, well, fuck. Okay, well, here we go. Okay, start doing everything as normal. So until, you know, if the crisis gets controlled, fair enough. Maybe a hard lockdown is not needed anymore. But if the numbers just keep going out of control, then if she implements it, guess what? Now the standard is anytime there's an outbreak, you just do a hard lockdown for a few days. Or a week or two, or however long it needs to, just until the numbers get controlled, and then you can start reopening.
I say
again.
Hard lockdown, 1 week, done.
Yeah, again, but it's also based on numbers. I would go as well.
Yeah, I know, but if it's only getting 1 or 2, and they're known from known clusters and all that.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, okay, we're good.
Yeah, because when the outbreak first happened, it was happening in like certain areas, mainly like Bondi, like eastern suburbs and all that kind of stuff.
Fucking Bondi.
So they tried to do what we did first time, which was lock down the suburbs. Because we tried that at first and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing, they do that and it's like, here's previous proof of that being bullshit.
Yeah. And also because what do people do when they know they're going into lockdown?
They fucking get out of Dodge.
Yeah, so nearly anybody and everybody would have just fucked off from Bondi into some other suburbs, and that's how it's starting to spread, because now it's heading out to the southwestern suburbs, to the western suburbs, to the northern suburbs, to the northeastern,
Do me a favour and go to the ACT.
Oh, well, ACT's, I think it's also considered in the red zone at this moment, because our borders are shut with ACT and New South Wales.
Don't come to Victoria. Fuck all the other states. Go to the ACT. That's the centre of the problem.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, ScoMo. You know, you fucked up on our bloody vaccine rollout so hard at this point, and now you're trying to compensate. We're going, now anyone can get the AstraZeneca, even though, like, a lot of professionals are like, don't. If you're over 60, go through, but because, like, a lot of people who are over 60 have bloody on blood thinners at this point.
Yeah, well, look at me. I'm on blood sugar tablets and cholesterol tablets.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm not 100% sure what's in the syringe I need to stick myself with.
Yeah, but you know, a doctor. But you've been doing it for a while, and obviously haven't been having any major side effects.
No, but at the same time, we don't know what we don't know 100% what's in the vaccines. That could also there's also been bad side effects for people that have actual severe allergies.
Yeah, well, that's just in general of any vaccination.
I also have a severe allergy, so it's
But that's the thing as well. That's like with all vaccines in general, because a lot of people when they get their child's vaccinated, sometimes they get it perfectly fine. Others they have allergic reactions and all that kind of stuff.
Like that. I will say that's one thing I hate. If I want to kill you, it will be so much work. If you want to kill me, so fucking easy.
Yeah, because I don't have any allergies at all.
No, I'd actually have to put work in. Me, jar. There you go. Fly my little beauty fly, like, and I'm fucked.
Yeah, because like the only person that I know in my family that has an allergy is my sister, and she's allergic to penicillin.
And that's one allergy you really don't want to have.
Yeah, because it's literally the drug that saved humankind when it was invented, and my sister's allergic to it. So, fuck you, my sister.
You're an evil, evil prick.
Yeah, and now it's time to crack up our I mean, it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but these are espresso martinis in jars. So we're going to give it a bit of a shake. Get it?
Yeah, nice and frothy.
Yep.
I tried to talk him into doing the whole thing with a proper shaker and ice and all that, but he pussed out.
Well, the thing is, though, because we would only be able to do it once. Because then if we wanted to keep doing it, then I would have to get up, go to the freezer, get another ice cube or two, and then... Oh, Jesus. How the fuck did...
Soft.
Fuck you. Wait.
Oh, look at the little lady struggling with the jar. Here, would you like me to open it for you?
No, I got this. Go.
Would you like... Come on.
Fuck you then.
Come on.
I loosened it for you. All right, I loosened it. Yep.
There
see,
you go.
See, that was 90% me. See, I'm gonna keep shouting that. It was 90% me. That was 90%.
So not only am I the adult of the house, I also wear the pants.
Fuck you. All right, get into your topic because I've still got a few more, but you get into your next one.
Oh fuck! Which one? And also my brains. Yeah, I can't help it. When I give you shit, my brain just focuses solely on giving you shit. Well, at least I got my priorities right.
Yeah. There we go. Now, well, that does smell nice, actually.
Right. I might have made a good choice there.
Have you tasted it?
Judging from the smell, might have made a good choice. Wait and see.
Yeah.
Sorry, curiosity.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so, like, it's, again, like, I still haven't got what I wanted to do just yet, because what I'm looking for, in particular, is not at, like, any other bottle shops that I've been to, like the 2 or 3 that I normally go to, and there's only one that I know where they are, and it's down where I work. It's the one...
I'm throwing the second one in there as well.
Okay, we'll throw 2 in there, then. Don't worry, we've still got, like, four more in front of us.
Yeah.
So the other one was the other venue down there that I normally work at.
This ain't good. This one's cap's not closed properly.
I think that might have been the one I dropped.
And of course the little fucker gives it to me, so I've got fucking coffee espresso over me now, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
Do you need Big Strong Brenner to open that one for you too?
How do you open it so easy? Seriously.
I'm a man.
Like, Ah, there we go. Look at that. With ease.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Get into your topic.
Okay, so first one I'm gonna put out is actually movie news. Like
Movie news. Okay.
Yeah. Black Widow was. Let's just say a lot of people were thinking that was gonna crash and burn.
Oh.
Because it was. Well, I can't make a judgment myself because obviously we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But it was meant. It's meant to be a little bit woke.
Of course, like, yeah.
Yeah. But surprisingly, it's actually doing quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Which caught me off guard. Here's the thing, though. It's doing quite well when it's got. It's not a full release, and there's still a lot of states in lockdown in the first opening weekend.
Oh, over in the US.
Yes,
and domestic.
It's done really, really well. Better than almost Avengers Endgame.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling bullshit.
No. Even I can. That's no way.
Supposedly they pre-sold tickets.
Nah. Like, oh, okay, pre-selling tickets, fair enough, right? But it's no way is it going to do financially better than what Endgame did.
Nah, I'm just saying what I saw.
Yeah, no, I will, because trust me, that would be all over Twitter.
Fuck, that's strong.
But nice though.
Yeah, coffee and tastes like caramel as well.
Okay, I get a hint of because there was actually salted caramel flavor, but I was like, oh, maybe still.
Nah, still tastes.
Yeah, I think espresso martinis normally do have a bit of a caramel sort of taste to it.
Unless obviously you get them from bar, then it's coffee liqueur, actual espresso from a coffee machine, and
yeah,
shake.
Yeah.
But yeah, so supposedly it's doing quite well right now.
Yeah.
The other entertainment news it's just a real quick one. Chris Pratt's new movie is finally out, and it's actually pretty half decent.
The Tomorrow War, wasn't it?
But as per usual, people are still trying to cancel Chris Pratt, and thus are trying to cancel the movie.
Cancel him how? What did he do?
This comes back from a while ago.
Of course.
Back from before last election. Because most of the Avengers most of the Avengers cast and all that went to Biden's big.
So he just didn't go to.
It's not that he didn't go to it; is that he wasn't invited to it, and also also the fact that he's a rather conservative Christian.
Okay.
And so, as you can imagine,
so he's a Trump supporter, was he?
Oh, they said he was a Trump supporter, and he's like, no, I just don't give a shit about politics.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's a conservative Christian and all this, had multiple people try and cancel him.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to give the movie shit, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I watched it free on Amazon.
Yeah. So they're trying to cancel him because they're saying like he snubbed going to Joe Biden's thing, even though, like you said, he wasn't invited to go. So it's like, okay, so you're trying to get rid of him for something he wasn't even part of because he wasn't invited to.
Yep.
And of course, conservative Christian. So,
well, you know what it's like over there right now. If you're even honestly, if you're Christian, full stop, you're the patriarchy. You're the bad guy. You're racist.
Yeah, but I don't really give a shit about.
Yeah, but that's the general mentality over there, and it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, well, because Christianity is actually on the decline over there, big time. More people are starting to turn to like other faiths, but more people are becoming more, atheists and agnostics and all that kind of stuff. So, I think
as long as I can't actually say the religion because they are notorious for coming after people with lawyers. If anyone badmouths them, they are notorious for coming after people with lawyers.
Are we talking about?
Yes.
That one?
Yes. If they start getting a lot more power, that's when I'll start really worrying.
They're not. Their numbers are declining.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah, I give them about 50 years.
Oh, Thank Christ.
Yeah. No, like everyone has.
Keep in mind, no, not religions.
Yeah.
It's honestly just saying if you don't like it, I say worship what you want, but there are some religions out there that are, or they say they're religions, and let's face it,
yeah, like we're not saying which one it is, but people can definitely infer what we're saying because we haven't.
Louis Theroux had a field day.
Louis Theroux, and then some of the ex-members who we're not going to say because then people like.
I still say Louis Theroux by far the greatest insight into it.
Yeah, so if you haven't gathered that, just look up Louis Theroux and then go through the couple, because he's done like 2 or 3, like maybe 4 religious-based documentaries.
And
because there was one where he went to Israel to do the Ultra Zionist.
Yep. There
2
was
about the Westboro Baptist Church, and
those guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah, and the 4th one, and that's where that's the one we're talking about. Is that particular religion?
Yes, but we can't. Well, I'll give you an idea. My friend Blake.
Yeah.
She had, because he's big on docos and all that.
Yeah.
And reading into a lot of things, and the Melbourne faction sort of pissed him off, so he tweeted some things, and next thing you know, he's getting a bit of a knock on the door, and had a few of their members start following her on Twitter.
Okay, cool.
So they're
Oh, so we want some Twitter followers who just give shit to that religion.
Yes.
I'm joking. I'm not really.
No, I don't think you understand why I don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah, neither do I at this point.
Not yet.
See, I want to get to that level of Trey Parker and Matt Stone where they just didn't give a fuck. Well, they don't give a fuck when they did that episode.
When they have the money to back up with lawyers, go for it.
Well. Yeah, that too, but it's also like because they just didn't care.
Also, you got to think their free speech rules over there are a lot better than ours.
Okay, so is that all your topics? Because I want to get on to...
Yeah, go on. I just did 2 entertainment things. I've got other things coming, but yeah.
Yeah, see, because I've got 2 more stories that I can think of at the moment, and they're both sport-related. But I think I'm going to go to the one which is my personal favourite.
Oh, shit.
And that is...
When he says it's personal favourite, that's when I get fucking worried.
So it was about a week or 2 ago, and it was St. George Illawarra Dragons playing against... I can't remember who they were playing, and they just won their game, right? So they're like, they're super excited. They just won their game. There's obviously a big game for them. So one of the team members, Paul Vaughan, his name is, he decides to organise a house party. So him and 13 other...
Talk to the camera. You've told me this story.
Yeah. So for about... Oh, shit.
You gotta love editing. Bo can hide his fuck-ups.
Yeah, I can sort of hide my fuck-ups and all that. Yeah,
but then again, it's probably because we need to do something about that program. If it keeps on getting freezing like that.
I'll have to look into some other programs where it doesn't. But it also might be the camera. I just don't know. I need to look into a few
things.
It's
an HD camera and it's bloody good camera.
It's all right.
It's a good camera.
Yeah.
So, continue on.
Yeah, so I'll go back into the story. So Paul Vaughan organises a house party for him and 12 other of his teammates and maybe some few extra people and all that kind of stuff. So they go back to his place and start partying. And obviously, a lot of people start calling in for noise complaints and all that kind of stuff. So police rock up, they break up the party and all that kind of stuff. So here's the issues that have come out from this so far. Basically, it was during the COVID lockdown. The NRL has a bubble, basically, an NRL bubble where players are only allowed to leave their houses for training and playing games and other activities that are required of them as players and all that kind of stuff. So the 12 other players get 1 week suspensions, and that's all organized over a couple of weeks. It's not like they just got hit 1 week and then there's 1 week where there's literally no one playing virtually. Yeah. So they've broken it up over a couple of weeks. A few players served their suspensions and all that kind of stuff. Paul Vaughan, on the other hand, because he was the main offender, he got an 8-week suspension from the NRL and also a $50,000 fine. And what the cherry on top of it was, St. George just like, nah, fuck you. Boom. Just ripped up his contract. Instantly.
That's what made me go, holy shit.
Yeah. So for the rest of the year, he's not allowed to play in the NRL or any rugby league at this point because there's nowhere else to play it.
Mm.
And then, and when the new season comes along, he'll be, if he can, sign up with a new team or, whatever. But at this point, he's effectively done for the season because St. George was just like, no, fuck you. You broke the rules. Boom. And we're just not going to take the risk with you. Because that's, like, you're going to pay him basically 8 weeks to, not play football.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand that. It's like 8 weeks suspension for your stupidity, and you expect us to pay it. Pay you for it the whole time. And so,
I don't think it's also. I don't think it's also just because, like, he wasn't going to be able to play for 8 weeks and all that kind of stuff. But it's also the fact that he brought along and encouraged many other people from his team to come to this party. So it's like, you're just a bad influence on our team.
Yeah. Like, I mean, hell, the NRL and all that has got enough controversy just with what they, like, their player, with the bullshit that goes on.
Oh, the people, like, I love rugby league. I love watching it. But all the players are virtually fucking idiots. Because you had 3 people from the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs at one of the pubs a couple of weeks back, which is a hot spot for the COVID outbreak when it first arose in Bondi. So you had 3 of them on the night when it basically was declared a hot spot, when someone went there infected. You have currently a new one where there's a guy called Jai Arrow who is a player for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, my favourite team, the team I support, and your current, forward for the Queensland Maroons for the state of origin, up in Queensland. He decides to invite a bloody woman over to the team's hotel, and, to have sex with her or whatever. Exactly. Which is a violation of the fucking NRL bubble. So they've basically sacked, or they haven't sacked him, they've just pulled him from the origin side. So that's what I mean, like, they're all fucking idiots. They always have been fucking idiots.
Let's not also mention the mass amount of controversies going back years just with rugby players in general.
They're all fuckheads, honestly. Like, there's only like a few.
I mean, how fellas, guess what? Boxers get more head trauma than you and still smarter.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are always like, fucking always doing something stupid, and it's just, I understand, like, you have these young bucks, and now you've all of a sudden, all you have to do for, until you're about 30 to 35 at best is just play bloody, football for like 28 weeks at best. Not even that, actually. You play football for a few months, and then for the next couple of months, all you're doing is training. So you're not doing basically anything.
Yeah,
and you're getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars, and you're all fuckers. Because it reminds me of another fucking story. I'll say real quickly.
Yeah, go on.
This is when I was working as a bussy up in Sydney, right? And I was at this bar in Manly, and one night I was there, cleaning the bathrooms because I had to go in there. Next thing you know, I just happened to see a guy with the door wide open just doing a fucking line of coke. So I've just walked straight out, got the security guard. He walks in, kicks him out and all that. And then, later as the night goes on and all that kind of stuff, he comes up and he goes, oh yeah, no, when I kicked him out, he told me this whole story. Like, he's apparently a freaking Roosters under 21s player. So the junior fucking grade. Or the fucking Sydney Roosters.
Yeah, and?
He was just doing a fucking line of coke in the bathroom.
No, I mean, like, he was telling him the story that he's a under 21 Roosters, and so.
Well, that's what he told the security guard.
Yeah, and it's like, so what?
No, it wasn't using as he, like, I don't think he was using it as a way to stay in the venue. He just happened to be just talking to him about it.
Ah, right, yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't think he was like, that, like, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Like,
there's actually
they need better drugs.
Yeah, there's even a story where there's this fucking one person who is a freaking grub whose name is Anthony Watmo, and he used to play for Manly Sea Eagles, and he used to go all the time to my local fucking nightclub before I went there, or before I started going there, and he was just a massive fuckhead as well. I can just tell you, like, just fucking fuckhead. They're all, like, NRL is just full of fuckheads.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like they get less head injuries than boxers, and yet somehow boxers. Boxers are all right. Considering, they get smacked in the head every now and then. It's like you got to think. You guys get smacked in the head every now and then, and you do all this stupid shit. A boxer's job is to punch and get punched in the head repeatedly for quite a while, and the gloves ain't soft.
No, but they are padded at least.
Yeah, but it's still Tell me, do you think it'd care if it was padded if it's like a 250-pound bloke full of muscle?
No, it's still
gonna fucking hurt like shit, and it's still gonna rock your fucking world.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I've had my little NRL rant and all that kind of stuff. So what's the next topic that you can think of?
Well, I'm looking forward to this Friday, even though I won't be able to play it.
What's this
fucking
Friday?
Everything gets released on Friday. It annoys the piss out of me.
Yeah. What's this Friday?
Well, I get my Skyward Sword remake.
Oh, Skyward Sword, yeah. So none of the motion control bullshit.
No, I'm very happy.
This could actually be a good game.
Yes, and also another thing that they've also come back on is the Skyward Sword's version of Navi.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk as much anymore.
That's good, because, Navi in general is fucking annoying.
No, Navi in general is annoying. Fee in Skyward Sword was 10 times worse because it's constant.
Yeah.
Nope. Now it's a little symbol pops up and you press it to allow her to talk.
Okay.
She doesn't just go like there's so many memes about it.
Yeah.
Like I think the funniest one is like shopkeeper talking to Link, and it's like, oh, we have, and it's like, Mustard, you know, we have this, and pretty much repeating exactly what he says, just over. That's pretty much the perfect description of what that character was like.
Yeah, that sounds really fucking annoying.
I wanted to throw my Switch controller on my Wii remote through the TV back when I was playing it, but I just stuck through it.
Fuck that, man. I think I just would have went, fuck you.
But I also get the Legend of Zelda controllers as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else is coming out on Friday or whatever in the future that you're looking forward to?
Well, it's dead season. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right now is quiet season.
Yeah. Just give it a few more months before the Christmas period.
Yeah, come November, shit's gonna go sideways again.
Because have they even announced like if they're gonna release another Call of Duty game at this point?
Not that I'm aware of, because Cold War is very much a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
Cold War's going the same way as Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like they do battle passes every month.
Because basically wasn't like Cold War like a season pass or like an extra season for Modern Warfare, because they just integrated the two into War.
No, they actually play very differently.
No, but then a lot of weapons from.
No, Cold War is Black Ops.
Yeah, I know.
Cold War is from
Treyarch.
It's Black Ops, whereas I think Modern Warfare is Activision.
Infinity Ward. Well, no, it's all Activision. Oh. Then it's the ones that do like Cold War and all that, and like Black Ops and that was Treyarch.
Yep.
And the ones that did Modern Warfare was Infinity Ward / Sledgehammer Games.
Yeah, because like originally like Black Ops 4 had the big PUBG style thing.
Well, Battle Royale,
yeah, and Modern Warfare had Warzone.
Yeah.
So Black Ops Cold War is just normal multiplayer. No big open battle royale. It's just multiplayer bullshit. Yeah, because I'm
pretty sure Warzone, there was a big season pass or big update where they just literally made Warzone or in Modern Warfare a big advertisement for Cold War or vice versa, and then they just did an update where they just got like a lot of Cold War weapons and just threw it into bloody Warzone and the multiplayer for Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I'm not too much I'm not a big COD supporter, so
Yeah.
Like I said, the only reason I got Cold War is because my aunt and my uncle play it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's family play it. I play with family.
Yeah. I don't know. I gave this Cold War a pass. I just looked down and went.
Yeah, like I will say, like, I really need a PS5.
Yeah. Well,
I am. You know how hard it is to avoid fucking Ratchet and Clank Nexus, into the Rift bullshit.
How hard?
The Completionist has done a video on it, and I watched the Completionist.
Yeah.
Every second video that's on fucking YouTube that come up on my feed because of what I normally look at.
Yeah.
Is fucking Rift apart. It's like, you son of a bitch.
Well, hurry up and get a PlayStation 5. Oh, wait, you can't.
You can't. Oh, wait, I'm fucking broke.
And plus, they're nowhere to be seen at this point.
Exactly. God help me. I hope I get enough in tax time.
Oh, yeah, we should be hopefully getting group certificates.
Yeah. Come on, office. I know you're slack
with
it.
Well, because I received an email from, MyGov and ATO saying, like, it's already got the predetermined, like, tax return, like, already set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And, like, I looked at it and went, yeah, that seems about right. But I'm like, but my bank account doesn't show that because of all the shit that I was fucking going.
Yeah, like, with me, I get my group certificate and I'm going to an accountant this time because I'm, like I said, like I've told you, I'm pretty sure the tax return I did last year because we were forced to do it online.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I got so little.
Yeah.
When I paid so much tax.
Yeah. Well, you got to also remember because you got to, like, because it's tax brackets as well.
Yeah, good point. Last year did bump me up like 3 tax brackets.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm at like the third tax bracket.
Yeah, I only earn like 22 to 25k. Like,
well,
outside of lockdowns, I only earn like 20k a year.
Yeah, well, you're in the second tax bracket. Because it's the first one is 0 to like 1800. No, 18,000. 18,500, whatever. And then you're up to the second tax bracket. I'm up to the third or fourth one at this point.
Yeah, like last year's lockdowns, that sent me from where I'm normally at to
yeah.
And it's like, fuck me. It's like, thank Christ I didn't owe the taxman money.
I mean, the way it looked on my how much I earned last year, it made it look like I was working like a 9 to 5 full-time job.
Yeah,
that's how much money I was making. It was fucking ridiculous.
I wouldn't mind a 9 to 5 full-time job.
Yeah, I actually tried doing it. I can't do it.
Like, okay, not 9 to 5. I wouldn't mind like a 6 to 2.
I still couldn't do that.
6 to 2, 4 days a week. I'll be happy.
No, I couldn't do that.
I'd be very content.
I tried doing it. It's fucking hard. Because I'm more of a night person anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, here's the thing. We both know I used to be very much a night person.
Yeah.
How fucking early have I been going to sleep lately?
10, 11, oh, no.
No, you're about right, 10, 11 o'clock. And it's like, I can't break that habit now. No matter how much I've tried, I can't get out of the 10, 11 o'clock. These lockdowns have fucked my sleep schedule so much that my body's just like, nah, I'm fucking done. We're not changing again. This is it.
No, we'll fix that for you.
Well, I've just had a can of Red Bull and I'm fucking drinking espresso martini, so I'm going to be up until fucking 2 a.m.
Perfect.
I don't want to be up till 2 a.m.
Yeah. So,
because the sunlight comes through my window and that wakes me up. That's the reason I've been up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. All right,
so we'll fix that issue. We'll just black out your bloody windows.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
And then tell the guys building the house across the street to keep shit quiet until about 10 o'clock in the morning, or else I'll come over there and ram my foot up their ass.
That ain't going to happen. I mean, you ramming your foot up their ass will happen, but they're going to be...
I'll make sure I put on my boots for when I do.
Yeah. All right, so I'll get into my last topic that I have, unless I can think of one in the interim. Obviously, the biggest one I have to say is... So, finally, after 41 years, we finally have an Australian win Wimbledon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is an amazing, feat,
Congratulations.
Again, yes, congratulations, Ash Barty, for winning Wimbledon. The last person to do it was actually her idol and one of the greatest tennis players of all time, Yvonne Goolagong-Crawley. I'm pretty sure is her full name and all.
So much better with names than me.
Yeah. So she went it because I actually watched the match, and she went, first set dominated, second set went to a tiebreaker, third set she came along and just dominated again, winning the tournament, and it was a really good one. She, the fact that
I will say those from what I saw of it, it's like, how's the other person in the final? I mainly saw the first set, and I was thinking to myself, how's the other person in the final? She's getting the fucking
But then when the second set came along, she showed the reason why she's in there. But then in the third set, she just crumbled, and Barty was able to come and pick up the win and all that kind of stuff.
I will say also one thing that one thing my friend Blake's happy about is Essendon had a nice win. And so did Saints as well over the weekend.
Yeah, did they?
Yeah, Essendon, Saints bet. Brisbane.
Yep.
And fucking Essendon bet the Crows, I believe.
Yes, they.
And
yes, they.
Here's the thing: the lowest score the Crows have ever had was 24 points against St Kilda.
Yeah.
In 2016. That was the lowest score in the game.
They beat that record again?
Yeah, their lowest score is now 21.
Oof. Yeah.
And that was against us, and they wiped the floor with them.
Yeah. So, but back on to main topic. So again, it's all good. So all I got, we have to say is
sidetracked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the sidetrack, the podcast.
Yeah, it's like here's the main way we go. Oh, look, a piece of candy.
Yeah, pretty much. But it also didn't come without its controversy as well.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Okay, so one of the main issues is, when someone wins Wimbledon, right? Yep. They do a parade around the court, showing off the trophy, getting photos taken and that. Then they go up into sort of the it's like a weird sort of procession area where it's sort of only the elites get to go up to and all that kind of stuff. And it's sort of like a trophy room, basically. And on one of the walls, it has all the winners from Wimbledon over since the tournament begun. So as far back as that, and each year they have the winner and all that kind of stuff. So where the controversy comes into, because everyone on there is always referred to as Miss whatever their name is. So for Barty, it was Miss Ashley Barty, and before that was obviously Miss Serena Williams and all that kind of stuff. The issue comes from...
I can already see where this is going.
Where do you think it's going? You're probably not going to get this. You're probably going to be wrong. So the issue comes back into where it was 1980 and 1981, where because the winner of both of those tournaments was Yvonne Goolagong, but she was not referred to as Miss Goolagong Crawley. She was referred to as Mrs. Her partner's name Crawley, and her current partner and her ex-partners. So she went by her married. They referred to her as her married name.
Yep.
But not as her, as Miss Goolagong Crawley or Miss Goolagong.
Yeah.
So everyone else is that. And so the people have turned around and go, oh, how is it this is so about discrimination, because everyone else is referred to as Miss, but this is going by her married name, which basically takes all the credit away from her and gives it to her partners at the time.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't going where I thought it was going, but
so the issue is, it's whether does Yvonne even give a shit about it, or would she like it changed?
Yeah.
And I think that's up to whether, if she has to say anything about it. If she wants it changed, probably there's a good argument for it. Because,
there's a fucking good argument.
Yeah, I would turn around and say, this is probably the one SJW thing we could probably ever agree on.
It's like her partner didn't win on that fucking court playing, so put her fucking name on it.
Well, then that's where the other side of the argument that I thought about was is that the way she wanted to be referred to as?
Good point. It's all up to the individual themselves.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't think they turn around and say, if you win, what would you like it on your thing?
Yeah. I think you reckon they just put it up there?
I think I've got this kind of feeling because it was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So there may have been an issue based on her skin color, because she is Aboriginal. Yvonne Goolagong's Aboriginal.
Nah, I'm also thinking that it was Britain.
That's what I mean.
It was Britain back in the 80s.
Exactly. So that's what I reckon is the issue. It's sort of like Britain back in the 80s may still have racial undertones, especially to maybe Indigenous Australians. And
what do you expect? They sent their convicts over here.
Yeah, and now we're going back to take it over. First Wimbledon, then the Palace.
Look, I'm not British, but you don't fuck with a queen.
Dude, she's immortal.
That woman's gonna outlive us all.
Oh yeah,
she's already outlived her husband.
Yeah, even though he was like 4 years older and he was like a fucking skeleton at that point.
Yeah, I don't see her dying for. I'm pretty sure she's
no.
Over
I reckon.
100.
Yeah, I reckon. No. My theory is that she doesn't want Charles to be king, so she's just gonna.
She's after William.
He wants this. He wants Charles's son William. So she just waits till Charles dies, and then she dies, and then allows William to become king.
Yeah, it's literally 2 hour, like an hour later, or even 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I could just see her like waddling up to like a podium, going, sitting in her chair because she wouldn't do it as a podium. She'd be like,
she's actually like. Here's the thing, though. Like, you look at. Like a lot of elderly people, especially when they get to that age, they start doddering and getting stuff.
She looks fine. She looks like she's 70.
She looks fine. She speaks very fucking well.
Yeah, but I can say Charles just dies
and she loves her fucking sword.
Yeah. But so Charles dies, and then she does like a live stream. So it's not going to be a video message; it'll be like a live stream. She'll be like, at the hours of 1100 on the day of this day, my son Charles has passed away, and that will now leaves William as my sole and heir. And in doing so, click. Bang!
No.
Shoot us.
No, she wouldn't do that. It's like, what I see is like, here's my soul and heir, and I leave the throne to him. At that point, she has a heart attack and a peaceful heart attack because the amount of bullshit that woman's been through. Let her go peacefully.
All on live stream as well. Just like,
no, let her go peacefully. All the bullshit that woman's been through, let her go peacefully.
But yeah, so again, sidetrack the podcast. So
fuck, we're good at this.
Yeah, yeah. So
and these are going to my fucking head, you bastard.
Yeah. So Yvonne Goolagong's, being referred to by her partner, virtually her partner's name at this point. And again, if she wants to let her, address the issue herself. Don't
don't force it on her.
Exactly. Just let her. If she wants this decision, then allow her to maybe talk to the officials about it. Because
oh, look at leftist culture is not going to give her a choice and going to force it on her.
I don't
because this is injustice from 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Yeah,
we must have an answer. Yeah. We must.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing as well. All right, fuck it. Okay.
I'm sorry, because I just remembered something I saw that's...
Okay, just real quickly. Go. Okay. Again, congratulations, Ash Barty, for winning Wimbledon. This is the reason why you're number one female tennis player in the world, and you could probably beat any fucking other male tennis player, maybe up to, Kyrgios. You can fucking beat Kyrgios, because Kyrgios sucks. All right, that's the end of the topic. Go.
Okay, so I saw a really good argument on Facebook. Yeah, I know, go figure. Yeah, good argument on Facebook. Seriously, go fuck a figure.
Okay.
It's like the best fucking argument I've seen with all this fucking woke leftist bullshit when it comes to saying everyone's racist because they used to be racist and all this, right?
Yeah.
All it was a picture of a 2-3-year-old little Asian girl, and it's like, are you going to make her apologize for Pearl Harbor?
So she was Japanese, obviously.
Yep, and it's like, are you going to force this little girl to apologize for Pearl Harbor? And it's the fact that it's like, yeah, like, you're forcing all these people to apologize for all these atrocities that happened in the past these days when they have no connection to it. And are you going to force a child to apologize for something that people did 40, 50 years or 60, 70 years ago? And for me, it was like the perfect argument. I was so content. I was like, fucking nailed it.
Okay. So.
Oh shit. You're going to be a pain in my ass.
I'm not going to agree with the SJWs. You know me too well. But.
Don't make me throw a glass at you.
You know that they're not going to use. Like. How am I going to say
I
this?
wouldn't fucking put it by him, though.
Yeah. But the thing is, though.
But you got to admit, it is a good argument.
It is a good argument. But because of. Again, it all relates to the skin color and the race and all that. So it doesn't apply to them. That's the issue. It's all about the white man. Or the whites in general.
Go back to my fucking grandmother. She's a little Indian woman. Just because my European genes are too fucking strong.
Yeah. So that argument, I understand, because you can turn around and say that to like anyone. Are you going to make, are you going to, let's say, are you going to make this Turkish man, or this Greek, are you going to apologize for this Turkish boy who oppressed, the Greeks when the Byzantine or the Ottomans were in power?
Wouldn't put it by him.
Yeah, but the thing is, but again, it's also because they wouldn't do it because they're not white. That's the idea, because the idea is that the whites signify power. They're the ones who have been in control for so many years, which, again, like I can see the argument, because you look at some of the greatest empires of recent history, which was the German Empire, the British Empire, the French Empire.
Roman Empire.
Sorry?
Roman Empire.
Well, they're more olive. Because of Mediterranean, that's why. But then you look at
we both know they won't say it that way.
Of course. But then there's also but then you look at the American history, especially Manifest Destiny.
Yeah.
What they did to the Native Americans and the Mexicans and all that kind of stuff, kicking them off their territories and informing what is the United States of America. What Europeans did to the Caribbean, what they did to Central and Southern America, what they did to Africa and all that, which a lot of it is because of the white people and all that kind of stuff. So that's where they see that. Even though the Japanese did bomb, Pearl Harbor, but then they also were, fighting people who were Chinese, which are still, ethnically Asian, but they're different because one's Chinese, one's Japanese.
Yeah.
And you look what they did in the Philippines, what they did in Southeast Asia and all that kind of stuff. Even though these guys did so many other atrocities, but because that they're not white, they get an immediate pass because
we're gonna get so much trouble for this shit.
Fuck
it.
Yeah, that's the idea. This the whole idea is our podcast is about our version of free speech. We say what we want to say.
YouTube's not going to like us, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a shit? So that's
these drinks are going to my head, you son of a bitch.
I know. That's why I got. That's what I mean.
I'm already on. Can we have more?
Yeah.
No, I mean.
What, you want to finish tonight?
No, I mean for another video, because these go down really well.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll do it. I don't want to do it. I'll do it every maybe couple episodes, depending on if I want to feel like we need a good episode. So
yeah,
I know
these are going straight to my head. It's fucking good.
It's good.
But then again, I haven't eaten breakfast. No, wait, I did have lunch.
Okay,
I bought sushi.
But yeah, so I can understand that it's a very good argument, because you're not going to make someone. You shouldn't make someone who had nothing to do with the past atrocities, because they weren't there when it happened.
They weren't involved. They weren't a part of it. Yes, their ancestors might be. Don't mean shit. They have different values.
Because then you can flip the argument as well, because you can turn around and say, are you going to make this little white person apologize for nuking Hiroshima and Nagasaki? That's what I mean. They wouldn't use that argument, because because I've seen documentaries about the nuke, like the dropping of the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, mainly Hiroshima, because that's the first one.
Yeah, the one. Did you hear? No, did you? There's actually a gentleman in Japan. He actually survived both of them.
I know that one.
That was fucking brilliant.
Because he worked from Mitsubishi.
Yeah, I felt so sorry for him. He's got the shittest luck in the world.
We can tell that story because I actually know it. But so what happened? Yeah. But the thing is, what I'm getting at is because in the documentary they were talking about a lot of the people who survived Nagasaki telling their stories, recounting what they were doing during the day before the explosion and what happened after the explosion and that. And a lot of them were saying during the interview was a lot of them. A lot of American tourists were coming up to him, or coming up to this woman mainly, going, look, and they were saying I'm truly sorry for what we did to you, for the new, and a lot of them are like, look, it's fine, it's not your fault. I understand why it happened, but I don't blame you for why it happened. I don't blame America for why it happened. I love
the Japanese.
Yeah, but there was already that sense of forgiveness already at that point. So that's where I see the argument doesn't work that well.
I will say I love the Japanese, but I know for a fact also their culture is inherently racist as well.
Well, they're racially superior. Well, they're racially what is it? It's the
YouTube channel Abroad in Japan.
I think so.
Because he's English teacher in Japan, and he's been living over there for 8 to 10 years. 8 to 10 years now, and he knows it's if you're a foreigner over there, you can it can feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because
you hear that
rain.
It's raining. Hey, there we go. But
Japanese culture is very racial.
Yeah, no, it's all.
But it's very much. But then again, that's stemming back all the way to, they see everyone as outsiders,
inferior, as well, racially inferior. Because that's why Hitler sided with, allowed Japan to side with him in the Axis during the Second War, because they had a similar ideology about racial superiority, because they were basically an ethnos. I'm pretty sure that's still correct. An ethno state, because they were one culture, one race, and all that kind of stuff, and they believed to be racially superior.
I will say though, there's one thing there's one thing, 100%, the entire world can learn from Japan. No questions asked. No fucking ifs or buts.
Tentacle hentai.
I was gonna go. An octopus grabs onto a scuba diver. We know where this is going.
Okay.
Their municipal system. If something happens, how fast they get it fixed and sorted. And from abroad in Japan, I've learned that you won't see rubbish bins or anything out there.
Yeah.
Because everyone takes their rubbish home, puts in the bin, everything like that. Everything's just so fucking clean. And if there's something that happens that destroys something or puts a hole in, there was a sinkhole.
Yeah.
Happened in a major Japanese Tokyo street. Sinkhole happened. Literally 4 days later, fixed.
Yeah.
That sort of efficiency is what governments need to learn how to fucking do, because holy shit, that's brilliant. Their disaster response and all that is just fucking phenomenal.
Okay. But I think, even though that is a really good thing to learn from, but unfortunately, because
I said, that's the one thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think it's also because I'm assuming bureaucracy there is a lot more they want to get stuff done, because obviously they're very advanced technologically and all that. They're very innovative and all that kind of stuff. And because you look at other countries, especially our country, which is you wouldn't think it's,
our country is fucking young.
Comparatively, yes, it is a very young country, because
young for the white people.
Yeah, young for the white people, even though, and then with the indigenous who have been here, they say 40,000 years, but there's actually evidence to support that they've been here for 60,000 years.
You know what I say?
Yeah,
they were probably here when Australia split off from Pangaea.
Again, We haven't found enough evidence to support that, but obviously, if there is enough, no, Pangea was during the dinosaurs.
Yeah, all continents split off from Pangea.
Yeah, modern humans is about 10,000. Well, modern human is about 12,000 years.
Yes, but ancestors would have been on.
No, apparently there's evidence to support that they actually came over again from the African continent. There's evidence to support.
Oh, radio.
There's obviously it's a theory, and they're trying to.
Yeah, well, Africa is meant to be the cradle of humanity.
Exactly. Yeah, it is basically at this point because because we descend from ape-like creatures with Homo erectus, Homo sapien, Homo and Neanderthal.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, apes, and then you see the old movie Congo.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Didn't they? That was like the killer albino gorillas, wasn't it?
Yeah, that shit was. That movie goes sideways real quick.
But so back onto the topics we're getting onto before we got sidetracked. The podcast. That's going to be the name of this episode. Sidetrack the podcast.
Radio.
That's going to be the first part of it. But
Brendan getting fucking pissed from martinis.
They're good, aren't they?
Fucking A.
But comparatively to our country, and I will say you were saying, ours is a fairly young country, even though we were founded as a penal colony.
How old is this?
Okay, so
1800s or 1700s?
So we came here in 1785.
Basically 1800s.
Well, but then for the large majority of it, that was a
Keep in mind, the Europeans started going to Japan in 1500s?
Something around that time, yeah.
Yeah, and
around the
America 16?
No, it would have been around the 19th century, the 18th and 19th century. No, it would have been the 19th century. Oh no, they were you were talking about the 15th century for
when the pilgrims started going to America. That was 15th.
The 15th century.
And that was about the same time with Europeans going to Japan and all that.
Yeah.
And then you got to think Australia, well, every continent on the face of the planet has 200-300, or the youngest continents that have Europeans coming into it have about 200 years on us.
Yeah, because, depending on how technical you want to get, because we started
history lessons.
Yeah, we started as a penal colony at 1785 or 1786.
I've always said, I'm pretty damn
yeah.
Considering my family tree, I'm pretty sure we came over wrong.
I know we came over. I actually know we came over because unlike
your family definitely came over.
We didn't steal bread. We stole sheep, so we actually stole something of value.
Are you sure you're not New Zealander?
No. But okay, so back onto
explain the sheep.
Okay, no. Back onto the main topic. Okay. So so we came over as a penal colony, and then for the next 100+ years, we were still as a British domain, and then the states started to form, but each state acted independently as their own sort of independent countries. Because the best example that I can
there was one time that there was Australia was split in two, is New Holland and then
New South Wales and New Holland.
Yeah.
And then New South Wales, and then they say it's spreading in the states. So, and you knew each state was independent and different of each other, because as soon as you hit the border, the train tracks were of different sizes. So what you had
what the heck?
So each state had their own size for train tracks. So what you had to do is you'd have to you had to get to the border and either board a new train, or you had to wait until the opposite state's train came along, hooked up the carriage, and you took it along.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So, and the reason why we're so young as well, because we actually didn't unite as a country until 1901, which is federation. So, in all aspects, Australia is only no older than 120 years.
Do you have your phone?
It's over there, but I don't want to get it.
No, get it for 1 second. Because this is... I need to know the dates for this, because this is fucking funny. Yeah, don't mind, Bo. Yeah, I know your code.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say it, but I was
nope.
Yeah.
But I have to go into this, because It's fucking funny, and I swear to God, we're the only country in the world that can actually say that we've done something like this.
What? What is it?
Like, we're the youngest country in the world. 2, we are the only country in the world. I fucking love this.
What?
To wage a fucking
war. I knew it! I knew you were going to talk about the Emu War.
A fucking war on national wildlife.
And we lost that war the first time.
We fucking lost.
We lost it the first... No, okay. Pass me my phone. Okay. Yes.
Yes, I mean, I couldn't resist. Yeah. I'm sorry. No. I really couldn't resist.
So what happened? No, okay, so it was either just after the First World War, I believe, in 1920 or somewhere like that. And we're having an issue out in Central Australia and Western Australia where emus were eating a lot of our crops. So the Australian military decided just to grab like a few of us to go out onto go out and kill kill some birds. And then we realized, we were wasting so much ammunition on these fucking birds because we realized, it didn't take one shot. It took like fucking 10 shots and we're just wasting, and there's like 20,000 fucking birds we had to kill. So it was a failed campaign. And also what was happening as well, because the old bloody, the round drum mags on the DP, like a DP-12 or whatever it was.
Oh, I'm crying here.
Yeah, and we're chasing after them on fucking trucks, and of course they weren't fucking mounted in it, so they're just like shooting, so they're missing all the fucking bullets.
We're the only country in the world that waged a war against native wildlife, and we fucking lost.
And we lost.
Well, it could have been worse. They could have been cassowaries. We would have fucking lost really bad.
Yeah, I think if we waged war on cassowaries, I think they would be our overlords at this point because
we'd be fucked.
They are fucked. The one of many things in Australia that will fucking kill you.
I've seen footage of them. Okay, solid wood board, pine, about 1.5 centimeters thick. About 3 of them and a cassowary would kick through it.
Oh, yeah. Those things are dangerous.
You think, everyone's like, kangaroos are cute for Australian. No, those things will fucking kill you.
Yeah, they're assholes.
There's one that the claws on their hands are about, for any American viewers, about like 1.5 inches long. For Australian viewers, about 2.5 centimeters long. And they're solid fucking muscle.
Yeah.
Cassowaries are worse.
Oh, 100% worse.
They will chase you down and they will fucking kill you.
Yep. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I had to... Oh. Yeah. The child of the house, everyone.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I really couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Can you blame me?
No, I cannot blame you.
That is fucking mint.
What was our original topic? What was the original topic? Like the first one, like the very first big one. I passed it on to you. It was the bloody. You wouldn't use this little girl as Japanese. Yeah,
that's the one. I came up that the argument for.
Yeah,
and then we'd sidetrack. But it's the sidetracks that people come for.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh fuck. Right. Still, I will say considering everything, yes, we lost the war against emus. Fuck, that's brilliant. But also our dingo fences as well. That's that is a fucking
the longest fence in the world.
Yeah, that was ingenuity at its.
Yeah, a fence where it's literally like a couple people's job to literally just go along the fence line and just repair it where it needed.
Yeah, because dingoes were becoming such a big problem.
Yeah.
A dingo ate my baby.
Yeah. Which apparently, what was it? I think because they convicted the people, like the parents, of murder, but then I think they actually turned out to be, a dingo did come and eat your baby.
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember what it was.
I wasn't surprised that, look, okay, Dingoes are probably about half the size of a normal wolf.
No, small. No. They're a lot smaller than
About the size of a coyote?
Yeah.
But they're a lot more vicious.
Well, have you ever... Well, a blue heeler's a cross between a...
a dingo and a kelpie, I think.
Something like... No. I don't know. Because I know a red heeler is literally
a dingo.
It's virtually dingo.
Yeah.
It's literally just a dingo, but it's crossbred with something else. So one of our free fucking animal, like dogs breeds that we have in Australia that we're known for, which is the fucking kelpie, which is virtually a sheepdog.
Yep.
You got a blue heeler, which is also a work dog, but it's a cross between one dog and a fucking dingo. And then you got a red heeler, which is a fucking, I think it might even be a blue heeler cross dingo.
No, I think like a red heeler is I think red heeler was because dogs normally get a lot more of their mother's traits than the father's.
Yeah.
So with a red heeler, it was the mother that was more. When that first started, it was the mother that was dingo.
Oh, we'll probably have to look it up anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so two of our fucking national dog breeds that we have are literally fucking, a native dog, which is fucking like we consider a pest at this point.
Well, yeah, like you got to think Australia was farming and all that. So work dogs were big in Australia, but we also had to make our dogs tough to fucking deal with the environment.
Yeah.
That's where kelpies came in. Like they're scrawny little things, but fuck, they're full of spunk.
Good sheepdogs they are.
Oh yeah, they've got energy to last for fucking days.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm over this. Like, do you have any other topics you want to talk about?
I actually want to just keep on chatting because we were on a nice little roll. If you just want to edit and do like a little mini segment and shit like that.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll just keep going. We'll keep going until these are done.
Yeah, because I'm having I'm gonna be pissed before I even have dinner. Oh wait, I already am. Like fucking. Oh, I'm definitely on my way because I keep on saying fucking a lot.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Just gone on a rant. And you had to pause me. I was on a roll. You had to pause me. You son of a bitch.
Kelpies.
No.
Red heelers.
No, but the flow got interrupted. You interrupted the flow, you bastard.
Fuck you.
No, you're not my type. You're too hairy. But fucking.
About what our Australian... No, about farmers. It was about farmers.
No, I was just talking about Australia in general.
Yeah.
Okay, we did some pretty bad shit, but ancestors did some bad shit, as British do to most countries.
Yeah.
You want proof? Look at India.
Oh, with the British Raj and all that kind of crap, and Pakistan and Bangladesh and that sort of general area.
The British were pricks, but here's the thing that a lot of people don't seem to forget: British were also originally Roman.
Oh, well, they derived from so many different.
But originally Roman as well.
Yeah, but Roman.
Rome went over there, got it. Yes, but we also had Scandinavia
and Celtic and Celtics.
Yeah, and the original Celtics. And
it's just
all that. Yes, but here's the thing. Yes, British did a lot of bad things, but let's face it, times change, things change. Just you can't put modern thinking on things that happened a long time ago, because values were different, people were different, views were different. You can't expect the past to conform to the present. Yeah.
And you can't expect people living in today's society to feel guilty or feel, like they have to apologize for what our ancestors did, because what our ancestors did happened so many years ago. We weren't even, this happened during, before our parents or our grandparents were even born.
And yet they're asking people to apologize for things that happened like 100 years ago. Well, yes, in America it's worse. It happened like 70 years ago.
Yeah, with the end of segregation. But we also finished our segregation around that same time as well, because...
Yes.
Because as we do, we follow Daddy America everywhere.
Yeah, well, look at my partner. She's actually, go back a few generations, part Aboriginal.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a few generations, but at the same time, look at me. I go back 2 generations and I'm part Indian.
Yeah.
Not my fault that Europeans are just way too strong.
Yeah. I wish I could say something, but unfortunately, predominantly in my family just is from the United Kingdom area. That's it. Like, there's nowhere else.
I'm just like,
white guilt.
Yeah, whereas me, it's like biological father's side. Yeah. Go back to my grandmother. Little 5'4" Asian woman, Indian woman.
Yeah.
Like dark skinned Indian woman.
Yeah.
My grandfather, 6'5" white Aussie.
Yeah. So you took off.
I took off. No one on my biological father's side is under 6 foot, except for my grandmother.
Okay. So yeah, it's
really strong genes.
Really strong genes there.
But then but at the same time, it's like, just a white man. No, here's the thing. Simple fact is, if you're gonna act like a dick, I'll treat you like a fucking asshole.
I don't think at any time soon is this whole, the
all the SJW shit is starting to backfire real hard.
But the thing is, it ain't gonna slow down either. Even though, because a lot of people,
it is actually starting to.
I don't know, because
but you and me listen to different people.
Yeah.
You and me watch different people and listen to different people. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's starting to slow down because a lot of people are starting to have enough of it.
Yeah, but but there's still going to be times where this is going to still go on and all that kind of stuff. And
hey, I'll say the same thing I've always said. It's like, do what you want to do. Just don't expect to try and ram it down my throat and me to be happy with it.
Yeah. But I think eventually, this will maybe start to slow down and, we can actually start unifying on the thing. But there will always be, conflicts of ideology.
Yeah, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. Yeah. And it's like, what happened to the good old days where people just let other people live their lives?
Well, because where I think, in all honesty,
the old saying, live and let live.
Yeah, but in all honesty, though, I think if I had to say where the origin of the whole social justice really started to stem from, was a lot of it, I believe, came from white guilt. Because because
most of the SJWs, guess what? They're mostly white people.
Because they feel guilty for what their ancestors did to, or just their parents or grandparents or their ancestors did to, minorities and all that kind of stuff. So they feel like that they are obligated to rectify the problems, but then they can't. But they don't understand why someone who doesn't, follow that same, logic doesn't go with it as well. So I can see where that kind of stems from. So this is where I see the issue of where they're trying to, rectify the racial issues, the sexual, the issues of feminism and all that kind of stuff, and trans issues and all that.
But we've also had feminists turn around and say, look, I didn't fight for equal women's rights for you to start acting like this fucking bullshit. There's actually been feminists coming out and saying, this is not feminism. This is not what we stood up for.
But then what the issue as well is that's because that's feminism though. So because there was the first wave feminism, which was the right to vote. Then it was the second wave. That was
second wave was right to vote.
The first wave was something to do with prohibition or something there was first wave of feminism where I think they just wanted equal rights.
Yeah,
and then
first wave was equal rights. Second wave was right to vote.
Yeah,
and I think we're in fourth wave.
No, it's still considered third wave.
Third wave.
So, but what if it was back then when it was the first wave feminists turning around and saying, no, this is not what we were fighting for and all that kind of stuff. That's what I mean. So, because each generation has a different ideology, has a different way of doing something. Even though it doesn't agree with what happened in the past, it's still a message about something, but it may differ.
Here's the thing. It's yes, okay, you want things to change. Okay, go about the appropriate ways. Get things done, things to actually induce change instead of just trying and say, no, you have to think like this. No, you have to do this. You have to do that.
See,
you want me to tell you what you're you're going to make me do if you turn around to me and say, you have to do this, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'll do what I want because simple fact is what I do, as long as I do not infringe on anyone's personal space, on their human rights or inconvenience them to the point that it makes them feel uncomfortable. The simple fact is, you know me. It's like, you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. You're going to try and ram something down your throat, I'll ram something else down your throat.
Yeah, because that actually reminds me of another little story that I have, and this was back in about 2016, 2017 when I first moved down here. All right, and back in 2016, 17, this is still like the phase of being a anti-SJW phase. Even though I still consider myself anti-SJW, but I am left leaning in a lot of progressive issues as well.
I want a nice big Gatsby flag right here that says "Don't tread on me." I'll be happy.
We're not doing a fucking don't tread on me flag. Fuck you. We're not doing that.
But you got to admit, that's pretty much my view.
Yeah. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do here, but let me get back to the story.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to put... That's fine. This is what the podcast is about. Being drunk. Okay, so this was during this is when I was sort of going along the line of anti-SJW, but this is when I was considering myself to be more right-leaning at the time. Now that I've realized I've matured up, I'm more left-leaning and all that, because there's a lot of progressive issues that I do agree with and all that kind of stuff. And this was in the CBD in Melbourne, and there was a little ping pong, a little table, right?
I was so hoping you were going to say ping pong show.
No. So it's just going to be a table. And there was a couple of, progressive people standing there selling, little knickknacks of, communist sort of things, or Che Guevara and, SJW sort of shit. And I went up and I started talking to them about it because I didn't do it because I was curious about what they had to say. I just wanted to challenge them because I was like, I got all this knowledge now and I really want to see if I can put it to use. And the female I started talking to straight away was a typical SJW, and she started talking about because in the industry I earn so much less compared to what a man, and I'm less likely to be promoted to a senior position than a male is. And that's when I started using the points, which I still agree with as well to this day. These are opinions that have shown where it's men are more, I can understand where you're coming from, but men are more likely to, work more hours. Men are more likely to take on riskier jobs. Men are more likely to move for jobs and all that kind of stuff. Women are more likely to, want to settle down, have family, have kids, don't want to work as much and all that kind of stuff. So you can see where an employer will want to come from, employing a male compared to a female, because if a man wants to work more, he wants to work more. Yes. And when a female doesn't, and she goes, oh, well, such and such. And, we started talking about it. And then it was about, what was it? What else? What is the other talking point as well? Shit, I'm even drunk.
I'm going to get into so much trouble.
Yeah. There was also the talk about, fuck me. Okay, it's about that. It's also where she's more likely to be or less likely to be employed, and I just rabbled on some shit. Oh, what was the other talking? There's another major talking point. It's about employment, and then there's fuck. I'm so drunk right now, I can't think of it.
Okay, may I? Then while you're thinking?
Yeah.
This is why I'm going to get in so much trouble. The big argument they did in Parliament and everything, it's when it comes to wage gap.
Yeah.
Because they just did broad, every field, every type of job, everything, and just put it all together and went, duh. Let me?
Yeah. I just figured it out.
And here's the thing that it doesn't take into account is, as you said, is men are more likely to do the most dangerous jobs.
Yeah.
Guess what the most dangerous jobs pay? A lot more money. Yeah. And so that survey that where the wage gap came in is taking in, it's just broad across all fields, everything like that, and then it's men make more. It's yeah, because we're in a lot of the higher paying jobs, because the higher paying jobs, most of the time, we put our lives on the line. my time in hospitality, all my time in security, all my time in retail, everything. Guess what? Everyone gets paid the same.
Yeah. And so and now you reminded me of another thing, in that men are more like we're saying, like men are more likely to take on more dangerous jobs and more confrontational jobs, while women are more likely to take on caring jobs and all that,
Yes.
where compassion is needed and that. And the other one that I threw at her, which was sort of like, a big fuck you basically, which was she talked about like, women we only earn like 70 cents to the dollar and all that kind of stuff. So I turned around and said to her, I was like, if I was a business owner at a major office firm, so an office, right?
Yes.
This is where I would take it. And I
know where this is
going. And I'm sitting there going, well, if I want to make money and reduce my costs, I would only hire women because I only have to pay them 70 cents to the dollar, where I have to pay a man a full dollar or whatever. Yeah, wouldn't it be more cost efficient to hire only females because we have to pay you less? And she was like, and then at that point, a really attractive female, I'll have to admit as well, she comes up and goes, like, she has nothing
With how long it's been since you've been laid, every female's attractive.
Yeah, fuck you. We're going on about nearly... Well, are we talking like...
No, just continue on. Okay. Just dig.
Okay. But, she had nothing to do with this conversation and all that kind of stuff. So she just randomly turns around and goes, yeah, like, I understand, like, what you think, but why... Are you seriously... do you know what Che Guevara was all about? And she goes, well, he's a symbol of revolution and all that. And she goes, yeah, but did you actually know what Che Guevara did? And she's like, not really. And she started going like, he was a fucking, like literally a psychopath.
Yeah.
He was like, a revolutionary, but again, clear psychopath.
He killed a lot of people.
Yeah. So did Fidel. Like, a lot, but then that's just...
Nah, but at the same time, like there's a lot of studies with how far socialism's going right now. It's starting to go into, it's basically communism.
Well, depending on what your definition of like socialism, because there's so many degrees of
with where they want to push it to.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like again, like with the American, like with their views on socialism, because it's either. If you're a socialist equals communism, though. But there's a lot of socialist benefits to it as well, because they don't understand what like actual socialism is, because a lot of these people are food stamps.
Yeah,
that's socialist. The Medicare system that they have over there is socialist. Free health. Like,
what about our Medicare system?
It's socialist. So what? Like again, there's social disability benefits. That's a socialist idea. Welfare is socialist sort of thing. So that's what. But communism. Centrelink, that's a socialist thing, and yet people are turning around going, we can't be communist. We can't have this. Like, people benefit from this though, and possibly there's people that do benefit from, these kinds of aspects which are socialist in nature, but they're not communist though, because communist. And the idea is that everyone works to a collective.
Unlike so many people out there, is like I actually, as you know, I do the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I say it? I'm drunk.
Do it. Just who cares?
No. It's a bit more personal, so I'm not sure.
Oh, then don't worry. If it's personal, don't worry about it.
No, it's like with situation with C-Link and shit like that.
Don't worry. Don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's like I at least do the right thing. I report everything like that. But there's so many people that don't just take advantage of it. No. Whereas me, I'm like, no, I want to do the right thing. Like, I have that there because I know what my mental health's like, that I could go in a bad way very, very quickly with no warning. So it's, for me, I prefer to report and always have it there. When I earn too much, I stop reporting everything like that.
Yeah.
I report and say, like, look, just suspend my payments. I'm earning too much.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But I do the right thing.
Yeah.
But it's, with me, if I didn't have that there, I'd probably be under more stress and be even more likely to have a serious mental episode.
Yeah.
And you've seen me have a few mental episodes. I go from being all right, because I'm happy, jovial, everything like that.
Yeah.
And then I just go.
Yeah. So, Yeah, so like people benefited from a socialist aspect. Well, look at JobKeeper and JobSeeker.
Yeah.
Those are socialist sort of aspects because you're paying someone a UBI basically at that point.
Yeah, but we needed that or else shit was gonna.
Well, the JobKeeper was a big fuck up.
Yeah, what were they paying, like $1,500 a week?
Fortnight. No, but what the issue was with it was they were giving the money basically to the employer, then the employer would distribute it to the employee. Instead of the government just giving it straight away to the person, which should have been done, because they should have followed.
In other words, a lot of employers were probably skimming off the top.
Well, they probably they probably turned around and fired a bunch of people, and then said like, "Oh, we still got this many people working."
Yeah, good point.
Again, I don't know the full bloody aspects of what happened with JobKeeper, but I know
it wouldn't surprise me that a lot of businesses did that. It really wouldn't surprise me.
Not at all. I reckon a lot of them would have done that just to keep trying to keep their business afloat for a couple of months until things started to reopen and all that kind of stuff. But that's what as much as people try to paint socialism as an evil thing, but
like there's socialism and then there's extreme extent. Yeah.
Well, obviously, because when you start looking at North Korea, which is it's not even a communism, it's dictatorship.
Yeah.
Amongst the people, it's communism, but amongst the people who are in charge, it's literally
we run things, you do as you're told.
Yeah, but then you look at Venezuela, which is a socialist country, but they're starting to suffer from hyperinflation because America's just embargoed, has embargoed them.
Mm.
So, they have to drive up costs and all that kind of stuff because there's just so much, because they're just printing money just to have money, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much like what America's starting to do
now. Well, that's what I mean. Like, my honest opinion about America is that they are an empire. They want to be an empire. And they will spread freedom in cages.
That's actually a fucking good point.
That's what freedom is coming in, whether you like it or not. And you look at what they've done. So they've embargoed North Korea, which is not even which is meant to sort of stop the current ruling party there. But all it does is literally just force the government to take away from the people and all that kind of stuff. So they've embargoed North Korea with doing that. They've embargoed Venezuela doing the same thing because of I think oils. With the oil and all that. And they're also embargoing Yemen, which is probably, if I would have to say, is virtually war crimes. Because what they're doing, because they've just because they've got embargoes on them for food.
Oh, God.
So there's so many Yemenis people that are starving to death because they don't have access to food.
So in other words, they're doing war crimes.
Because what they're doing is because they're Yemen is housing, some terrorist cells and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, and of course, America doesn't really want to go back into the fucking Middle East. So they're just embargoing Yemen as punishing these terror cells, trying to starve them out. But in doing so, they're just killing thousands and millions of, innocent, men, women, children who are starving to death.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
it is.
Wasn't aware of it, but it wouldn't surprise me what they're like.
Yeah, it's just you watch it even
you say freedom in cages, I say freedom at the end of a fucking barrel of a gun.
Yeah, even though America's starting to pull out of Afghanistan after fucking 20 years. And us, following in Daddy's footstep, we're getting out of Afghanistan, letting the Afghanis make up their own decisions and that, which I completely agree with. We need
look, I don't care if you don't like Donald Trump or like him. I don't care what your views are on him, but what he fucking did with those peace treaties.
With the Israeli and
with the peace treaties and the commitment to pull out troops. Oh, you got to admit, that was a fucking brilliant thing. I
will give credit to Biden as well that he actually followed it through with that agreement as well.
If he didn't follow through, there was going to be a fucking bullshit.
But the thing is,
he made two countries come to a peace agreement that have been at war for how long?
Not war, but I think they've been at sort of
hostilities.
Yeah, but wasn't it like Abu Dhabi and
for isn't it hundreds of years?
well, you talk recent history. We talk about you talk recent history here because for hundreds of years it wasn't even Israel at that point.
No, but they've been at hostilities for
the Jewish,
very long time.
Well, that's all with all the major faiths.
But I mean, Saudi Arabia didn't acknowledge which one as a country.
Palestine, Israel.
They didn't acknowledge them as a country at all.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But I think with the peace treaties now they do.
Well, who signed the peace treaty? Because wasn't it like Abu Dhabi that side?
I need to do more research into it because it's been a while since that's been in the news.
Well, because unfortunately, the only 3 major ones that I would have considered, like, you know, to be major, you know, advancements in the peace into the Middle East would have been Egypt, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. If those 3 had something to do with, you know, signing a peace treaty or a ceasefire or whatever, different story. But I think it was like 2 insignificant countries like Kuwait and bloody Abu Dhabi or Qatar or something like that. It wasn't like any major Middle Eastern country. That's the issue that I have.
I will say right now you're a bastard.
Why? Oh, because of these drinks?
You had to get something tasty.
I know.
I'm starting to get very drunk.
Yeah. Well, how many do you have left? I've got 1 left.
I only drink once a week.
Yeah, so do I.
Or whenever this happens.
It's once a week.
You've eaten dinner, I haven't.
Oh, that's true.
You've got something to help absorb the alcohol.
Yeah.
Mine's going straight to my mine's going straight to my alcohol stream, not bloodstream.
Yeah. So that's So even though
not much. We're not going to be able to do this for much longer. I'm going to be fucking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll finish up there. Not here, but I've got a story. Have you got a story that you can think of off the top of your head?
Motherfucker, I am drunk and I haven't eaten. Fuck off.
Okay. So I've got a story. All right, and I thought about this for a couple of days, and it has to do with travel.
Fuck me. He's thought about it for a few days. His mind must be gone.
So what I like to do when I think of I want to think about stories because, you know, I've got to really try and think about really good, interesting ones, you know, because there's so many out there that we have in general. And I have to find ones that are interesting. And I have thought about this one in particular because I find this one to be a really interesting story. So it's about the longest traveling trip I've ever done. So back in 2015, when I was living in Sydney, my father called me up and he's like, look, you have to come to, you know, Wentworth near Mildura, which is literally the other side of New South Wales at the time. Or now, still. And he goes, because you have to come because it's your grandmother's birthday and we all have to be together and all that. Because me and a bunch of the rest of the family are going to go. And so I'm like, fine, look, I'll come. I haven't seen you going. Shut up. It's a good story, trust me. So, and I'm like, fine, I'll come, okay. So, as the time came along and all that kind of stuff. And this is when I started seeing my girlfriend at the time. So, the night before, she and I decided to, you know, meet up and have a few drinks and all that kind of stuff. Stop that. All right. So we meet up, we go to a bar, we have a few drinks. When I say a few, I mean we had a lot to drink, but you know, and all that kind of stuff. And
I think that was a given.
Yeah. Then we go back to my place, and this is the first time she and I had sex together. Yeah. Yeah. So we, you know, such and such, and then, but the thing was, the next day I had to leave. All right. So I was living in Manly at the time, which is across the bay from Sydney. And this is when I wasn't driving, so I had to do...
realise most of our viewers are probably Australian, so you don't have to keep on describing
but a lot of people,
where everything is.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know where a lot of stuff is.
That's what Google Maps is for.
Well, then that's why... Hey, at least then I know what I'm saying, because then people can pinpoint how long I travelled for. So I had to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning after a night of drinking and a night of love making. Right?
Love making, getting your shit on.
Yeah. So I had to leave her in my bed. And this is a girl I've only been seeing for a couple of weeks. And I had to leave her in my fucking place. So I just left. I just, you know, left her a message going like, hey, thanks, whatever. So I had to leave from Manly. I had to go walk to the Manly wharf, get from the wharf, catch a ferry, the first ferry, which is like 5 o'clock in the morning, travel from Manly to the Circular Quay. From Circular Quay, I had to take a train to Central Station. That's when I had to get the fucking, the regional train. So
V-Line.
No, it's
the Sydney's version of V-Line.
Exactly. So I travelled from Central Station all the way to Wangaratta, which is about a 8-hour... No. Yeah, about a 10-hour trip by train.
Yeah, because you have to go all the way past ACT and shit like that.
Yeah, we have to stop at all the train stations as well.
Yay.
So I left on a Friday, and I got there like Friday, Friday evening at Wangaratta. And then I had to get picked up by my dad's partner, who I met for the first time at that train station. So I get into a car with her, and I drive from Wangaratta to my hometown, which is Darlington Point, New South Wales, which is about another fucking 3-hour drive.
Fuck me.
Then I spent the night at my dad's place in Darlington Point, which is just outside Griffith. Then the next day, I had to travel with my sister and my brother in a car from Darlington Point to Wentworth near Mildura, which is about a 6 to 8 hour drive. Mind you, so within a day, I've already traveled more than like 20 plus hours at this point. Spent a day or two in that area, then travel from Wentworth to past Wangaratta to my mother's place in Chiltern, which is about another 8-hour fucking drive. Then from Chiltern, I spent the night with my mum. Then from Chiltern to Wangaratta, which is about an hour's drive, to catch the train to go for another fucking 10-hour fucking train ride all the way back to fucking Sydney. So within like a 4-day period, all I did was fucking travel by fucking public transport virtually.
Yeah, I would have told you to go fuck himself.
I thought this won't be so bad. And by the end of it, as soon as I got home, I was just like, thank fuck I'm home.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's like, I would have, it would have been common. First thing you would have done is have a look, okay, how am I going to get there? Da, da, da. And then I would have called up your dad straight back after and was like, you know what? Fuck that.
Well, in fairness, though, I hadn't seen my father for like nearly that side of the family for like nearly 2+ years at that point.
Yeah,
trust me.
That just reminds me I need to see one side of my family this Christmas at least. It's been a while.
Yeah, so then from that day on, I vowed to never do public fucking transport again, or that kind of traveling. And anytime it's like I drive, which I now have my license, or I just take a fucking plane. That's it. Like I do not do trains anymore because I had to spend like nearly fucking 20+ hours on a fucking train.
Fuck, I have a song in my head now.
What?
Well, but that's just because you said plane.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a story? Because
I am well on my way.
Okay. Well, actually, I want to hear a story.
By the way, people, drink responsibly.
Nah, fuck that. Just get hammered.
No. For YouTube, drink responsibly. I'm in this state because of this fuckwit.
Don't really. Just keep drinking.
I'm in this current state because of this fuckwit.
Yeah. All right. Actually, there's a story I want to hear from you.
Oh, fucking Christ.
And you mentioned it in the last episode. Which was the...
I am pissed as a newt.
No, I'm pretty sure you can remember this story even
Good
now.
luck.
When you smashed away that 30 pack, that slab of hard.
Oh.
Now we want to hear that story. Because that's something that's clearly going to stick with your mind. So go ahead.
Yeah, that one sticks in my mind. Okay, keep in mind I was like 15, 16 years old.
Right.
Oh, wait. I was 15 years old at the time. So we're going back almost 20 years.
All right, start telling the story, bitch.
Okay, so it was when me and Blake first met. Her parents owned the fish and chip shop around the corner from my place. I got told about Blake because I was with my mother at the time, Bendigo, and she told me, oh yeah, they've got a daughter, da da da, and yeah, in video games, me, massive gamer as I am, was like, okay, sweet. Go next, I'm going to the fish and chip shop, chatting, talking to Blake and everything like that, and it's like, yeah, we start getting along, but as Blake says, like, I didn't decide to have you as a friend. You decided to have me as a friend and didn't give me a fucking choice in the matter. I was like, yep. So we became pretty close pretty quickly. Well, gave me about a month before Blake turned around and said, nah, fuck it, I give up. I'm stuck with you. And it's like 20 years later. But yeah, it's like, so here am I, 15, 16. Blake was 18, 19. I've always gotten along with people older than me anyway. But yeah, there was one night that it was just like, fuck it, we're enjoying ourselves and shit like that. And next it's like 30 slab of hard ice. 30 cans of hard ice, and I shit you not, hard ice, you drink and it's fucking water. You don't taste alcohol. You just drink. We got 3/4 of the way through the can, or through the
slab.
I'm drunk. And yeah, it's like, oh, it's fine. And next thing it's like, oh fuck, and Blake's gone, why? What's wrong? And it's like, I'm about to vomit. It's like, how bad? Next projectile vomit about 1.5 meters out of my. I had, keep in mind, I had down like 14, like probably about 12, 13 cans of hard ice at this point.
Yeah.
And 330 ml. What's the standard fucking can?
A can is about 375.
375. So times that by 12.
Yeah.
So 3 liters of alcohol.
So I think you're going on about nearly 4 liters at that point.
Projectile vomit, 1.5 meters. I hit the fucking, because we were outside at the time. Thank fuck for that. Mm-hmm. I hit the back fence because long table, benches and all that, and hit the back fence. Projectile vomit, and it's like, fuck, I feel better. And she's just like, you just did the fucking extra shit there.
Yeah, you just did a tactical
like,
vomit.
Fucking, you just, like, because I just went, I'm about to vomit. And then I just turned my head and it happened. And worst part was, like, we cleaned it up, fucking love hoses. Cleaned the shit up, but problem is the fucking dopey, and I love them to death because they are so fucking dopey. Golden Retriever. Just before, when we were getting the hose, started licking, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? She got the dog away, and I started fucking hosing it down and everything like that, and it's like, yeah, never touching harness again because I drink that shit like water, and it does not turn out well.
So you're sworn off from harness?
Harness, yeah, mainly because, yeah, it's water.
Okay, well, you're giving me an idea for next episode. Maybe. Or maybe later down the track. I don't know.
Not harness, because, all honesty, you can't taste it. Because that's the why we came, the story came into it before. It's because, like, one of these two cause, and it's like, fucking water, no taste. And it's like, that's what brought it into my head.
Well, that's...
But fucking do yourself a favour. Don't fucking buy a harness. It's a waste of fucking money, and I'll fucking slap you for wasting money.
Hey, don't tell me. Tell the audience that.
You, because you'll fucking buy it. Don't waste your fucking money.
Okay, well...
when I drink alcohol, I want to drink alcohol, not fucking water.
So, would you consider this alcohol?
I'm pissed as a fucking newt. So, yeah, I'd say it's alcohol.
Okay. Hey, guess what? It's the end of the episode. So, you know what that means? Take us out, Brendan. This is the end of the episode. Take us out. Come on.
Okay, let's...
Hey, and don't forget to look at...
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to The Standard Drink. I hope you enjoyed your night and enjoyed our bullshit.
Yep.
Sidetrack Central.
Yep. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch.
He's in charge of it. That's why the social media is so boring.
Exactly. Yep. Unfortunately, our last video didn't do that well because
we had probably the headline.
There's, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's my fault on that one. But yeah, again, thanks for tuning in, guys. And what's the saying? I can't remember really at this point.
You're so full of shit. Stay tipsy, people.
Stay tipsy.